Arena Clash, a grassroots esport tournament run up and down the UK. Teams from Belong Gaming arenas nationwide battle it out to become champions of 3 titles: Tekken 7, Overwatch, and League of Legends. Each week here on the Sunday Recap, we'll be catching up on all the week's action and major plays, meeting players from the teams and looking forward to the week ahead. This is where esports begins. Hello and welcome to the very first live Belong Arena Clash recap show. We are coming to you live from the home of the Manchester Swarm. I am very excited to be here today. It is a very special show. We have got some particularly important guests coming up. But first, since it is an Overwatch special, I'm going to start up with our very, very important guests, Blank and John Allen. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks. It's really excited to be here. We do have some guests coming in, which I'm sure you're excited as well.
Guests.
We know you're excited already. We've pre-established the excitement, and I think that it's going to keep on rolling.
Well, our guests today are none other than the very best Overwatch team in the world, London Spitfire. That is right, they have made the arduous journey up from London to Manchester. We've seen on Twitter they're looking a little bit sleepy, but they are going to be on the show later on today. Very excited about that one. You guys, are you pleased to have them in the UK? Because they've been, this huge influence, and it's been so impressive that we've had somebody out there flying the flag for London.
Nah, take it, leave it.
Don't need it. It's pretty funny though, because we've had talks about this for about 7 months ago. The idea was teased by Susie Kim, and then slowly but surely it started to become more and more of a real thing, and now here they are, and they've done so much, and it's been really incredible. Like usually you have this, they make the distance from Korea, they come over and do a couple of stuff, but they've really got into the culture. I know we've got some amusing phrases like "get out of my pub" that some of the guys have learned.
I love that one.
They've been to a cheeky Nando's today. Classic, it's got to be done whilst you're in England.
Well, yeah. When in Rome. Or in London, in this case. Or Manchester now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it seems like they're really assimilating to the culture. I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures of fish and chips on their Twitter, so...
It's a great dish. What are you going to do?
Exactly. What else are they going to eat? They have to have a very traditional fish and chips. But much as it's our Overwatch special, we're going to start off with a little look at Tekken. I'm not going to ask these guys about it. I know it's not your specialist subject.
You do the punch, maybe a kick.
A low kick. Oh, that's going to get them. They're not going on that. Yeah.
Can't dodge that one.
You see why we've got these guys here?
Experts, that's what they call
experts.
us.
They know what they're talking about. But just in case they don't, we're going to throw to 2 casters who do know what they're talking about with this week's Tekken highlight.
Hi there guys, and welcome to week 2 for the Arena Clash, the winter season. As always, I'm Eternal Dragon, and as you can see, I'm joined with another new caster, a very well-travelled player, placed all over the world, highly in Tekken tournaments. Introducing...
Shurdle. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second week of the Belong Arena Clash winter season. I'm very happy to be here.
So, we are going to get into the match. The players are all getting warmed up, getting ready, and this is the roster we have.
Here we go. Another slide. Janikka's still in it.
He's going to do the mid. There it is.
The mid. And he came back. He came back. He's still in it.
He didn't spend his rage, he kept it for the damage.
Exactly. Oh, grab beats a power crush.
Oh, that's costly. Whipping in front of him.
That's a fluster. That's what happens when you get flustered.
Oh,
no. My God. Catches him with a duck. The cross up. It's not looking good. One more poke, and he's got it. Man, it's a whip punish. Wow. Perfect to finish off.
I like the patience at the end there with Divine Tricks. At the end, he had the life. He had all that to work with.
Exactly.
Little backdash, hop knee, and he just punished him.
Tomsy now is on set point. Just out of nowhere. That was 2 lightning fast rounds. He's staying back, just waiting for Royals to make a mistake.
Yeah, he doesn't need to take any risks now because he's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, no punish there on the string. That's -10. Oh, and again, see, look. The neutral blade hop kick to there. Oh, he catches
it. Sir.
He got the starburst now.
Oh, no. Good. That could have been a costly whip.
Oh, good back sway there. Holmesy in rage. One launcher is going to do it for either side. Rage Drive spent. Oh, good punish there on the launcher.
Oh,
he
gets
gets
a
the oh, he
oh,
doesn't get it.
taking it.
Oh, no punish there. Oh, but he gets it with the mid. And Holmesy takes it 3 rounds there.
Wow.
Runs in, running 3, nothing.
Nice.
There we go. There's that whip punish. Good patience.
Oh,
The mix-up, but he doesn't fall for it. String, though. Nasty string. I think believe that's Eska's wall bounce.
missing the mid one there.
Below, some child in rage. Ducks under the grab.
Oh,
the grab
count.
was
Bang, bang. But boy.
Now what? What's the Yokozemi? Let him
Rage.
up. Rage strike. Below.
Oh, he went for
Missing
it again.
Missing the grab. The string.
Oh, no.
Right at the end, the parry. We didn't see it this whole set, and we were talking about it. And right when it mattered, the parry. Oh my God, that's got to be heartbreaking. Here we go. The counter hit 4.
Spinning in round.
The
Oh
cross
my
up.
God, that was
Oh,
pure dirt.
no.
That was filthy. Get
This
out
is
of here.
nasty. Look at this mastery of Ling Xiaoyu right now. Divine Trick's looking really confident.
He's in
with
his
sweeps.
head.
Oh, the launcher, and that's
Oh.
it. Perfect to finish it.
That was just beautiful. I can't believe I'm saying
wow.
that was beautiful watching a Ling player, but I felt like I see what he was doing. He was like, okay, that was just pure dirt mix-up.
Yeah, Sunchild is just getting robbed of rounds. Plymouth is getting robbed.
Unlucky, yeah.
The Junkyard, he gets it. Oh, he doesn't convert.
I don't think he expected it to get.
No,
He wasn't ready.
no. Oh, wow. Good conversion there. Sunchild, he's got to come in. He's got to get it started now.
Oh, no.
Wall juggle. That's
Whoa,
it.
look at that damage I done after that as well.
Man, that was... Oof. And now, the Glasgow team are now on round robin point. Conversion to the wall.
Oh,
not
doesn't
quite.
get it, but
but
still
counter
gets
hit.
it with a dunk. And what is this?
Oh my God.
Oh, that could have been costly.
Oh, the parry. And it's the wall as well. And that's it. It's over.
Dead.
Glasgow take the first
that was
set.
barely even 15 seconds again.
Yeah. Wow.
So there you go. First round robin goes to the Claymores, and
Wow.
I think they might have the record with the fastest matches we've seen.
Yeah.
Each of them are just
That was crazy.
Go
We were
quick.
talking about the potential, and look, it started off well for Plymouth. They 2-1, almost won the first game, won the second, and then look at that, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. So fast, so fast. Ah, the side step 2, that's such a good evasive move from Aska. Oh, plus range
down here.
into the
Cloud
launcher.
Gates.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. His own wall combo now. Look at that, 50%.
Oh, no. And the slide, and it's... Oh, and that's it. It should be over. One more hit now, and that's it.
Oh,
Just waiting for it. Oh, the good parry! He knows that 10 string is not going to work. Oh, but he messes up the parry.
Oh,
Cat
no.
cats. Good block. He's staying alive with an inch right now. The rainbow kick.
He's got...
Oh, no, it didn't work. That was like a throwback to the last game for the previous set. So we'll see the match we have up next. You can see that. 1 win to Clyde Claymores in this second set. They need 4 more to win it out. And another 2-0. They're carrying it on. They now have a 10-game streak. They have not won a game in 10 games. 1 round away from getting another game for Glasgow. What's Holmesy going to do?
Bit
Runs in.
tentative now.
No,
Oh.
no, these parries. He likes doing that string to a parry. I've noticed that now. What's Holmesy going to do? He looks a bit scared. Whip punish. What a whip
Nice.
punish. This is going to not be dead. It's going to be close. Running mix up.
Ready.
Plus range.
Oh,
and the
nice to the throw.
1+2 grab.
Akisgar was ready for the forward 2.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as something whiffs, you've got to have that whiff punish button or move to say that's whiff, that's getting punished.
Yeah.
And she's got such a good long reaching one with that move. But great work from Akisgar.
Oh, the slide.
Those slides are good. Steve has got a lot of high jab souls going under it. And
Oh
there
my
you go
God,
again. Spike. No, it doesn't.
Weird juggles. The Root of Evil. Ducks under. Some child on his last legs right now.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, he's got no range to
Spitfire.
come back with,
Spitfire
though.
juggle. Below. Yeah, it's not looking good. Just a couple of hits are going to do it. Oh, the trade. That's a bad trade. That was his chance. Oh, and there it is, the mid. And
Oh,
that is
man.
now 14 games in a row for Glasgow.
Oh, dunks him.
Yeah.
What's
he's
mixed up now?
dunking. Good punish. there.
Yes.
He knows his character's punishes.
Oh,
But
no.
the parries.
No,
Oh,
there you go. I've got one
he's got
for you.
one too.
Nice.
Good punish.
Go
It's
on,
always
more of
good.
that. Oh,
Wow. Nearest Ranger. Good
Yes.
offense.
fuck
that
it.
breaks the floor!
Oh,
That breaks the floor! Rage drive!
He's got to be dead.
Oh,
Nah.
no, not quite.
No!
Close,
Yes!
parry.
No!
No! What's that?
No!
He was so...
no.
He had it! They had it! They're cursed! They're cursed! I don't know. This is nuts. And it's 4-0, right? They're on set point now. If they
Yes.
win, if TKD Royals beat some child, then they've won. Match point now.
No, it's weekend. Come on.
Game,
Some child.
series, set,
You can
and
do
match
it, man.
point.
I believe in you.
Good
Down
interrupt
punish.
though. Jabs.
No.
Oh, that is the most
Ban
nastiest,
that move.
nastiest, evil move to get hit by. Always feels like a kick in the gut when you get hit by that. The slide.
Another one.
Royals. He's
No,
on rage.
he's close.
Last
Oh,
chance
no.
now for some
No,
chance.
he
Parry.
got parry of his own.
Messed up the pot.
Oh,
Rage
no,
drive.
he gets it.
Can he convert?
Just back to the wall.
Messing up the juggle.
Oh, he gets
it.
him.
But that one, right when he needed it.
Ooh.
TKD
Come on, man.
once again is on game set and match point. Trying to prove that last one was just a fluke. Not giving another one. That was a mercy. now we're getting it.
He's doing it again.
It's still working.
Oh,
No. At this point, okay, if you're not doing something about it at this point, then you deserve to lose.
The
This point.
urge
The
to
counter hit.
Deserve to lose, your heartless.
Oh, here he goes on rage. Final chance now.
What's getting? He's got rage. Come back now. Go on. Ah! He tried
To grab him.
Classic.
Mix up.
Oh,
So you
what-
can.
no!
That's
He
it.
wanted to end it with that.
Yeah, he did.
Classic
And
Tekken.
Clyde Claymores take it 5-0. 5-1 and then 5-0.
All right, let's check out the tables for Tekken 7. In Group 1, the Claymores have fully established themselves this week. They are sitting at the top of the table with 2 points, but we've got two teams who are yet to grab a point, the Lionhearts and the Invincibles. On to Group 2, where we've also got another standout team here. This time it's the Enigmas. Unfortunately, the Kestrels and the Hunters haven't had a good season so far, so they are sat at the bottom of the table. In Group 3, it's a different story. This time it is split right in the middle. Swarm and the Vikings sitting at the top with 1 point, and Centurions and Guardians at the bottom with 0. And finally, on to Group 4. Again, another split group. Harriers and Spartans both with 1 point. Nighthawks and Smugglers sat at the bottom with 0. Well, it was a pretty good week in Tekken, I have to say. The Claymores blew me away. They are definitely going to be somebody I keep my eye on, especially TKD Royals. Now, he is a pretty intense player. Hope you were just paying attention during the highlights then, because you would have seen he is absolutely fantastic. Really one to watch out for as the season continues. Now, we're going to be watching out for some social media. It's time for our regular feature where we take a little look through the social media that you've been sending us. And don't forget, you can find us on social media. We are at Belong Arenas on everything. So you can send us all your tweets. You can also find us on Facebook. So let's take a look at our first tweet of the week. Now,
dear.
this is
Oh dear.
from London Spitfire, looking a little bit sleepy. This is them actually on the way up here today. They will be joining us later on in the show. Hopefully a bit more awake than they look there, don't you think?
Well, at least they're getting their rest in before they get here for all the excitement.
Yeah, they're ready to go. It's a sleepy Spitfire taking a quick nosedive.
Tactical nap.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we're going to pull up on the joystick, get straight up in the eye, get the altitude going sooner or later. Hopefully the cap comes up as well, the angle changes.
Yeah, that's not too good for vision in the
you
air.
might not be able to see where you're going at that point.
Yeah.
But, you know, what can you do? I want to know who the person right at the front is.
Who is that? I don't know.
That's just like,
can we
bang.
get some forensic analysis on
I
the back
know.
on the
We
back
need
of the
some
hair, please?
Spitfire superfans in
Yeah.
who'd be able to tell us from
Spitfire
just,
hair is very
I reckon there's a
noticeable.
couple of Spitfire superfans here today.
Yeah,
we'll probably
Yeah.
ask them.
Absolutely. We'll give them a bell.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out the next tweet. All right, well, this is MCM. So obviously, this weekend we had one of the biggest Comic-Cons in the UK, and this is some of our Tekken players there, actually. So I think they set up an impromptu tournament.
Well, why not? I mean, they're all there for a bit of fun, and that's what
Yeah.
it's all. I think they're at the Belong stand at MCM this weekend, and I
Yeah.
think it's still on today. So if you are watching remotely, you can
Yeah.
just pop in and have a go there. Why not?
Exactly.
But yeah, they're like, you know, if you
It's
have
in
all the
Belong
players
spirit.
there,
Yeah.
if you, why not just have a little,
It's like
little
the
friendly
problem.
tournament?
Exactly.
You've got
yeah.
the Belong players now, and everyone's just so geared up to doing tournaments. They're like,
Yeah.
we've got players here. We must fight. we must go against each
They
other.
just don't know
We
what to
must
do
win.
other than
Yeah,
play Tekken against
just
each
fight
other.
each other.
I think that happens all the time, though. I feel like we've had so many tweets on this show where
Yeah.
it's just the Tekken players arrived somewhere and
And now they're
immediately
playing.
there
The
was
fi-
a tournament.
The fight sticks are out instantly.
Exactly, yeah. That always seems to be what happens. But obviously, the Tekken players were not the only people from Belong at MCM this weekend.
Oh no, he's technically not from Belong, but this
Oh,
is
yeah.
one of our lovely producers, my good friend
One of our
Jake.
young'uns.
Yeah, he's worked on a lot of the broadcasts for the Belong Arena Clash, and he's a great guy, and he can't escape either. You see, he wasn't even working for Belong in this event, and he's still
around.
haunted by it.
Yeah.
He's still, to be fair, it's more like Casper the Friendly Ghost though, in a
Oh,
haunting.
that's
yeah,
quite sweet.
Yeah, except it doesn't levitate you off the ground at the end.
He does look a little bit resigned, I will say. He does look a little
Yeah,
bit like
that was a-
maybe he'd like to shake
That was
off
an awful
Belong.
film.
It was-
that was.
it was pretty
It was horrible.
yeah.
Yeah. No, Jake's
That end scene.
Jake's a lovely guy, but
Awful.
he just can't get away. I don't know what he is.
No,
He
poor
was
lad,
doing.
poor lad.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right. Well,
Oh, exciting for you.
Oh, I'm very excited
This
about
is
this.
very exciting. So, if there's not enough games for you in Arena Clash, which you know there really should be,
It's
but
quite a
if
limited range at the moment. Really.
I mean, there's 3, which is quite a
there's
lot.
3, which is a lot, right? Who's got time to play more than one game?
Who's got time to
not
be
me.
good at more than one? Who's got time to be good at more than one game? Is
Yeah.
the real
Yeah.
question.
Exactly. You haven't managed one yet, John. So
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Oh my god! I didn't realise we were doing this. Oh
I didn't realise we were going in.
no! Well, you best watch out because the next one I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I need some time because I'm.
Well, John, if you were looking to
Blindsided.
get good at CS:GO, we now have an arena club at Belong Arenas. So you, between the 2nd and the 30th of November, you're going to be able to play CS:GO, which
Yeah.
we are very excited about. As our next tweet shows,
There we
we
go.
have got the Nottingham Alt. They are very, very excited. They've already got a team together. They are just raring to go, which, given how popular CS:GO is, not surprising that we've already got people lining up to play it.
Absolutely, I think that because I actually worked in one of the Belong stores, we were constantly having people in and just like playing scrims in CS:GO, like they needed somewhere because they were away from home or something like that, and they were coming in and just playing. And CS:GO is just it's such an easy game to sort of be able to play wherever you are. I mean, peripherals are important, but it's one of those things you can just sit down and
You can
plug
make
in
a
and
match,
adjust
make
your
some match,
sensitivity,
yeah.
and that's kind of a lot of it. I played a lot of CS:GO and actually cast CS:GO for a long time, so I'm particularly excited about this because I might get another job.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas I won't because I don't know anything about CS:GO. I played it for a short while, didn't get too far. I didn't really understand how it worked very too much, so I just got shot around every
You
single
didn't
corner.
understand how CS:GO worked.
Right, okay.
Let me
so
The
explain this
most
to you.
simple
So
game of all
it
time.
gets deeper and deeper, okay? Like, you play it, and then you watch a YouTube video, and it's about half an hour, and it's like, you got to peek the corners, and this specific corner here, this is a very important corner. I'm like, oh my god, there's far too many corners in this game.
You get a sense for it, dude. I've got about 2,000 hours at the moment, I think.
See what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot, and he's not even that good. So,
I'm really,
I mean,
yeah, that is true. There is a reason I talk about video games rather than play
Yeah.
them.
Well, shall we talk about one you guys do know about? Fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
hopefully.
let's do that.
That you know
let's
about.
go for that.
Let's
But both
move
of us
on.
know
Maybe.
about.
Maybe.
But both of us know about. Okay.
Yeah, let's test your knowledge on Overwatch. It is our Overwatch special. You guys are our Overwatch experts. So tell us how this schemes?
Schemes?
That's an Overwatch
Schemes.
word. You won't know it if you're not a
Yeah.
high level player. It's, you know.
Yeah, I've not heard of it, and I'm only.
Yeah, well, you
L's
guys, you'll get there. You'll get there. Don't worry.
Yeah. L's like 5.4K. Like, she's
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't worry, I'll bring it back down to your level.
Yeah, let's
Let's
just-
instead talk about how this week's games went.
Oh, yeah, no, I know about that. Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Awesome.
I know that one.
So, this week's games, John,
Yes.
fire-packed.
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely. They're just explosive. Really, really explosive games. So many different teams we saw that we've not seen the matchups, the rosters before. T-side Steelers look super strong. But more than anything, every match was close. Like
Yeah.
that was really nice for me. I think it's what we've seen during the weeks of playing Overwatch. Last season there were a few standout teams, specifically Colchester and Portsmouth, but they like really changed the team rosters. Colchester has a completely different roster. Obviously, Carrie, the team captain from before, is still coaching them. So they have a bit of that tactical mind behind them, but at the moment, it can be anyone's game. At the moment, Teesside Steelers are looking very strong for it.
Yeah, the Steelers definitely up there as one of the strongest teams. They were giving it a lot of lip beforehand on Twitter, on all the Discord channels and all of that, and they were giving it all that, and they're backing it up. They're showing up with the goods. And also I have to give a shout out apparently to Aggression's mother. Shout out to Aggression's mother, because I promised him that I would during the cast, and I forgot which player's mother I was supposed to shout out. So there you go, Aggression.
Really,
fantastic Zenyatta, keep going. Unfortunately though, he is going to be subbed back down, out for Ruggy Ram, who's coming back in.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, Aggression was so good. He had a great Lucio.
Not as good as Ruggy.
Ruggy Ram. Maybe don't shunt out players that are playing quite well. Maybe you don't know.
Yeah. What's that about? Anyway. Yeah.
So let's talk metas, because I'm interested to know if we have a specific Arena Clash meta, or are we just seeing more kind of traditional strategies, more traditional plays?
I mean, EU at the moment is very goats heavy. I mean, I talked to a lot of the contenders coaches recently, and there's one specific team that's actually getting loads of people who's scrimming them from EU, specifically Paris and Finland and UK are all looking for scrims from this one team because they don't play heavy tanks. And they're worried about when they go to the World Cup, they're going to go against China, who do things completely out of the book and completely unexpected and just whip you down point C. And it's like, oh my God, how did you finish King's Row in 5 minutes?
Triple DPS, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
so
keep going.
They have these crazy players, they have these crazy standout players, and all these teams want different information. So it's crazy to see how that happens in the scrims, but Arena Clash specifically, let's bring it back down. They have that interesting meta, in which case we're seeing a lot of old school stuff, a lot of new school stuff. But what's more exciting to me is that it's very much closer to Contenders Trials level of compositions and team play. And the fact that all these players have been clamoring to come to Belong Arenas and start playing, we've got these such high level of players in it, is amazing. Like, it just constantly rises.
Absolutely. I think that's the story sort of across the board, really, is that the standard of play has just upped so much because people have got behind it and they've really become invested in the Arena Clash and in their local arenas as well, which is, I think, what it's all about, right? It's all about the community and getting people involved, and that's what's happened, I think.
You think?
I hope.
No clear evidence.
I'm pretty involved.
You are very involved.
Yeah, I'm
actually.
very involved, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the community Discord now as well, yeah. Giving it a bit of lip here and there now and again.
Yeah, no, I have. I have to hold my own.
Yeah, you do. Maybe bring it back a little bit.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Cool.
Now, I'm interested that you mentioned the Chinese players, because I think this is one of the things, when you think about Shanghai Dragons, it hasn't necessarily...
I don't like to do that, I'm afraid.
Hasn't necessarily worked out quite well. And one of the reasons, there's been a couple of issues with them, but one of the key things is that China plays very different Overwatch. So do you think, because we have got the World Cup coming up, if I'm going to briefly move away from Belong, let's talk World Cup. Do you think that that's going to hold them back there, the way that it has in the league?
No. So on that same light, that a lot of these teams have been practicing to play against heavy tank compositions. So they're practicing to like Brigitte, they're playing Doomfist, Sombra, and they're playing this defensive play style. So they get the defensive hacks in, keep those tanks away from the backline, and they just slowly come back towards payload. Unfortunately, you play that against the Chinese teams, they're going to just tear you apart because their dive is just phenomenal. And these teams aren't used to playing against it. They're used to playing against slow teams, taking it a lot one step at a time, right? China doesn't do that. It's full. The foot just goes straight down on the gas, and they're on the motorway, and then they're at the destination, and there's no stopping. Okay, so like that's why China is so scary to a lot of these people.
They're used playing triple jump. They're playing long jump.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, it's go, ooh, doo, and then China just like, whew. Okay, all right then. So it's very interesting. I love to see all these different kind of comps. I'm looking forward to World Cup specifically. Obviously, BlizzCon guys. Tune in. But obviously, Belong Arena also every Wednesday as well, just so you guys know. That's for Overwatch specifically.
Well, speaking of Belong Arena, let's check out this week's highlights, which are brought to you by two very familiar faces.
Hello and welcome back to the Overwatch Arena Clash. My name is John Allen. With me yet again, it's Blank. We are here for week number 2 of the matches, and we are going to have the Lionhearts versus the Pirates today. It should be a good matchup because we've got a bit of rivalry going on there, and continuing with those Group 3 matches, we will have the Enigmas and the Steelers later on. Plenty to be getting our teeth into, but to help me doing it, it's Blank. How you doing?
I'm okay, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. Like you said, there is some rivalry. Last season, Padshak was on Portsmouth Pirates. He's now over to London Lionhearts.
Moving up to the first point, last contest coming out for the Lionhearts. They're trying to move it on forwards with Mr. Cream going down. There's no shields, and with no shields, Bastion has the damage necessary to make it happen for his team. But it seems like everybody else is just going to chime in. I think I've only seen Urulu actually come up on the kill feed about twice so far. The rest of his team are doing so much work around him. Yet again, they're doing so much work, and there's the hook double kill for Obs. Finds Gaming Duck as well. Scrums falls on the Roadhog, and now they have to contest the skies. They're moving it forwards. Only 30 centimeters between them and taking this first map of this 4-map set. They're moving it on forwards, finally. Able to kill the Anna Wrecking Ball, trying to contest, but it's only going to last so long. That health bar, whilst it's big, isn't quite big enough. And that's the Pirates taking Junkertown.
Lionhearts have had such a difficult time on this composition because they've continued to play this heavy tank line versus Pirates when they work so well. Are you still going?
They're still going. They're still going.
This is impressive.
All right, fair enough. Overtime is ticking away. They have to try and tap on, but Scrums is last there. Pirates, they're finally able to hoist that Jolly Roger.
Lionhearts just posing themselves, ready to get onto the point. There is no Earthshatter this time. They know there isn't.
It's all on whether Disclosure gets caught in these CC ultimates, and they are going to chuck out the Diva Bomb, but already the Shatter's down. First kill goes over to Brigitte, so no rally power coming out, but there's the self-destruct, has found Theo. Rez is through as well. Scrums has the Dragon Strike. He's looking to send it straight towards that
it wasn't eaten.
It doesn't get eaten by Obs, and it takes 2 kills in the process. There's the Storm Arrows as well, almost getting that D-Mech with 23 seconds left. They're going to be able to start their final point on the contest. Only one player left. It's I Have Two Thumbs. The rally is up. He's trying to get the rest of his team out, but he's heel blocked by the Biotic Grenade. The Moira trying to hose everybody down, but there's not too much you can do when you're just a lonely little Moira left on the point, almost
Still
alone
alive.
there. Carry Harry coming in. The Wrecking Ball as well, trying to get back to point.
The
But the Earth Shatter's there as well. Only sends one to the floor, and it has not got the impact that they need. The charge is out. Overtime is ticking away, and they still have plenty of pressure forwards. They finally capped this point. We are going to round 5, and you owe me a chip.
This is the big one. We have the Bomb Zarya combo. This is the huge thing, and it has to be done within the next 25 seconds. So Obs needs to find that last 4%. Graviton now up and ready. It is online. Cozell absolutely cannot kill him in the first minute. Obs has the Diva Bomb. In comes the Graviton very, very shortly. This is their last chance now.
Oh, counter charge comes out. There's Graviton search from Urulu, pinning everyone near the gate. He's being body blocked. Hasn't managed to step on the point. They have 4 seconds. Someone needs to move forwards. Someone needs to get
1
there.
HP.
They're going down, and the Pirates don't make it. It's a draw here on Hanamura. Well, speaking of body shots, he's going to make one. Instead, you could actually just take out the Mercy and have done with it, but not going to be able to quite land it just yet.
Big
Biotic
nano.
Grenade is out, but the shield is up. They are going to keep themselves nice and safe. They're continuing to just move on forwards. 30 seconds now blank. They need to find this fight. They need to find it fast. They don't have too much to work with, but there's the nano boost coming out. Mr. Cream has got the ultimate, but that's huge self-destruct sequence coming out from I Have Two Thumbs, taking 2 of the back lines. Urulu has another rocket barrage and is going to be able to get the pixel, at least the damage down for the rest of his team to push it on through. With 10 seconds, someone needs to touch the payload, and there's only Widowmaker available. Doomfist is swapped onto to try and get towards the payload, but there's only 2 seconds.
He's stuck.
They need to get through, and there's the charge, and with it, it will be the Pirates taking the series 3-1. It is going to be the Steelers versus the Enigmas for this second matchup of the day. We are continuing in Group 3, and the Steelers, they've been pretty notorious on for their big claims towards the season.
Big clout so
well,
far.
supposedly. We haven't seen it.
Supposedly. Enigmas are starting to struggle after a very confident and dominant first couple of minutes.
Have got to that 3rd point though. Notoriously difficult to get round this fidget spinner, so they could still be in with a shot here, but Carulius on the sidelines, 90% on that self-destruct sequence. This is final fight territory now, Blank. 35 seconds on the clock.
Eden!
And they are going to start the rally on forwards. The Dragon Strike just forces the fight on out. The Steelers are sent down by the Earth Shatter. It's huge. Self-destruct sequence pushed out as well. Isn't going to find too much, but Flabberjack is there. Able to take down Zenzetsu already. Pops another tactical visor, finds 1, 2 as well. That's a huge pickup for the Steelers. They're able to find 3, and with Zarya out of the fight, there's no barriers. 10 seconds left, Flank, and they need to remount very, very quickly if they want to be in with a chance.
They can possibly touch here. Zenzetsu makes his way out, goes very low, will be taken down to the nade here. I don't think anyone can touch.
Oh,
it will
then.
just be Arcs on the payload. And that will be it. Overtime takes down. A really, really well-played defense there. Carulius, actually towards the end, that eats the Graviton that comes out from Sparrow, meaning that it cannot be comboed with the Dragons, which they were really banking on there to get around that final corner.
2.5 minutes, and the Steelers looking pretty good here. They've managed to take down DMC, and they've taken down 129 as well into the backline. Self-destruct sequence popped down, but there's the Winston bubble layered on top. Sparrow with a double kill, but it's going to be shut down by aggression. This Zenyatta is brutal. No one seems to be able to deal with him. Arc swapped over to the Sombra, but again, he's just going to get shut down. I have to say, aggression. Arc's taking it a little bit low, has to fall back to that back line to get that healing on. Carulius keeping that pressure up as well for the Steelers. They're still on point, but aggression goes down. The sound barrier wasn't used, so the Steelers, they are a little bit weak at the moment. Everything just being thrown on forwards, and the Steelers, they are a little bit weak on the point. They're falling back. Only Quantum here trying to duel it on out. 80%, they're trying to stagger the point and keep themselves alive. Lithium has popped that Valkyrie, keeping everyone nice and healthy, and Quantum still going here. They have 3 supports, so they're all just going for this contest. They might even be able to get some kills here. Like 129 goes down, and the Brigitte holds onto it. 95%.
Oh, what a block!
The Meteorite Strike is blocked on up. The self-destruct sequence is blocked as well. Quantum is on a massive tear right now. No one can stop this guy from going where he wants to go. 5 HP. Maybe he's finally going to go down. Maybe he has some healing coming through. The Inspire is there. He's going to start to pick him up. Oh,
will he get him? He gets him!
Down to Quantum. This is not a man. This is not a myth. This is a legend, I tell you.
An absolute legend. And if the Steelers ever steeled themselves in that moment, it was Quantum himself. Hard as titanium.
No one can get through the impenetrable as they keep on going on this point. He will not stop. He will not let up the pressure. And the Steelers have 99%. They're running down the overtime clock. No one looking to contest. There's a Primal Rage. There's a Doomfist straight back into it. And actually the Enigmas might just be able to get back in and contest, but they are falling apart right now. They have no one there. The D-Mech is stopped. Quantum mechanics.
Quantum mechanics indeed.
Speaking of pecking orders, Eden goes heavily this time.
Very
trying
low.
to charge that Reinhardt. That's taken down quite low, but there is a Mercy Link. There is plenty of healing coming on out with the Coalescence as well. Just swinging about, making sure his healers
huge
are
amount
there.
of healing
There's
gone.
the Rocket Barrage coming down, but it's taken down by aggression. Delson finds no value for it. Quantum able to come back on in. Self-destruct sequence for Carulius. Zone everyone away. There's still 2 on the point. Make that 1, make that 0. They are just going to push on through. There's 3 players there. They need to contest. They are very, very close to that check mark, and they are going to be able to push everyone off. The Steelers take away Hanamura, putting them 3-0 with the confirmed victory in the series. And this is where the Enigmas are going to start to come apart. Unfortunately, the Steelers, they're doing real strong stuff here on Goats, and they are just going to start to move this payload forwards. Arcs, though, still in the sky. Carulius moving forwards to try and deal with it, but the concussion rocket is going to move him away. Instantly dealt with. There's the EMP just down on top, just to try and see what's going on, but it's not going to matter. The Steelers take the series 4-0.
Wow. What a play.
Absolutely. Steelers versus Pirates predictions.
Jinx.
Steelers.
I'm going to say that the Steelers will probably steal things from the Pirates, 100%.
I would agree. Not necessarily steal from them, but I think that the way that Quantum was operating within the team and the way the rest of the team were moving around him, I don't see that being beaten by the Pirates at the moment.
No, I think the Pirates have to really up their game a little bit. They found it a bit hard on the first time round, but where Steelers, they look dominant right now, and this is the start of the season. Anyway, I think we are done now, John. Are we not?
Yeah, I think that'll do. I'm pretty happy to leave it there.
All right, let's take a look at the tables for Overwatch. Now let's start off with Group 1. We have got the Centurions, Hunters, Armada and Invincibles all sat on 1 point each, which unfortunately just leaves the Nighthawks sat by themselves at the bottom of the table with 0. Now in Group 2 we have got one team this time who've really set themselves apart, and that is the Claymores. Had a fantastic week, sat at the top of the table there. The Alt and the Smugglers not doing quite so well, sat at the bottom. On to Group 3. Now again we've got one team who have set themselves apart, that is the Steelers, and the Rams and Lionhearts may be hoping to pick up their first points next week. And finally, Group 4, we've got one of our new teams, which is the Spartans, sat at the top of the table. They are really establishing themselves this season. We knew they'd be impressive, and they definitely have been. At the bottom of this one, we've got the Harriers and the Vikings, so hopefully they'll do a little bit better next week. Hello, and welcome back to the very special second half of the Belong Arena Clash show. I am here with none other than Gesture from London Spitfire. I am very excited to have him here. I understand that you just had a Nando's. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good.
Good. I'm glad. That's a UK tradition. So, how has your time in England been?
영국에 있는 동안 날씨도 거의 대부분 좋았고 되게 다 좋은 경험들이었던 것 같아요.
We're kind of worried about the weather coming in, but the weather so far has been really, really good. So we've been blessed with sunny weather, and overall, it's just been a pleasure to be here.
Now, obviously, I wouldn't call it quite a holiday, but it is perhaps a little break before you guys will have to start preparing for the next season. So we know that's coming in February. Are you looking forward to it? Are you planning new strategies?
뭐 다음 시즌 준비하면서 이제 저희 뭐 휴식 잘 취하고 있고 다음 시즌에도 이제 곧 연습 시작할 거기 때문에 잘 될 것 같아요.
Yeah, we've been kind of taking a little bit of time off. Like we're in London right now, obviously Manchester. Taking a little bit of time off to recharge. I think we are going to begin training very soon, so you can look forward to us next season.
And obviously, you have some new teams coming up against you next time around. So how do you prepare for teams that you haven't seen before?
아직 상대하지 않은 팀 상대로 딱히 뭐 특별하게 생각할 필요는 없다고 생각하고 그냥 하던 대로 하면 될 것 같아요.
I don't think there is a necessity to do anything different necessarily against teams that we haven't faced yet. We just have to kind of keep at what we're doing and do what we do best.
And obviously, we've got some newer heroes. So one in particular is, well, say not a new hero, but a new rework of Torbjorn. So how have you found that? Do you think he is a character, a hero that we're going to see you use more in your composition?
토르비온 정확히 어떻게 쓰일지는 모르겠는데 이제 캐릭터는 확실히 좀 더 쓰일 수 있게 좋아진 것 같아서 지켜봐야 될 것 같아요.
I'm not entirely sure how Torbjorn will be used, but definitely the new update makes him a lot more viable in the current meta, so we'll have to see if he is usable or not.
And also, obviously, there have been some changes to Farah, and that's something that we do see in your composition. So how has that changed how London Spitfire play together?
일단 저희 팀에서 파라를 쓸 수 있는 선수들이 있고 그래서 파라가 좋아진 것도 어떻게 보면 저희한테 좋은 점이라 뭐 이제 파라를 쓰던 조합에서 더 강해질 수 있다 생각해요. 저희가.
So we are a team that utilizes Farah a lot, and we have players that can use Farah on both sides. So I think that gives us an advantage going into the next season, seeing that Farah is becoming stronger and gives us more flexibility into what kind of team comps we can choose. And any team comp that revolves around Farah is going to be really strong.
And you've also got two new players coming in, which is very exciting, Guard and Krillin. So are you looking forward to having them in the team? Will it, see you need to rework strategy?
새로운 두 선수가 와서 이제 생활은 더 재밌어질 것 같고 전략적으로도 그 선수들이 많이 쓰일 거라고 생각해서 기대하고 있어요.
Yeah, I think Krillin and Guard are an excellent addition to our team. It's going to be a lot of fun being able to live with them and have fun with them all the time. Strategically, I think those players will see a lot of time playing the games, and you should expect to see a lot of them playing in really good moments.
And speaking of players, now I'm hosting a show for Belong Arena Clash, which runs an Overwatch tournament in the UK. So do you have any tips for our Overwatch teams?
제가 해줄 수 있는 조언은 일단 자기가 항상 게임을 할 때 자기가 했던 실수들을 잘 되돌아보면 최고가 될 수 있다 생각합니다.
The best advice I think I can give is that make sure you look back at your own mistakes and be critical of yourself. That's the road to become the best.
Oh, it's a difficult one. Always hard to do. Well, that was great. Thank you very much, guys. We are going to move on to League of Legends. Again, I'm not going to ask these guys about it. I'm just going to let you check out the highlights. Because again, we had another fantastic week in League. I've got a bit of a soft spot for it. So check out this week's highlights.
Hello and welcome to Arena Clash Week 2 of the Winter Tournament. My name is Jake Hitbrain Matthews. I am joined by Celtic Tiger Brennan, and we are back at it once again, and we'll be bringing you our second week of action here, starting out with the Clyde Claymores taking on the Humber Hunters, I believe. Yeah, cool.
He had us
got visual
prepared.
reminders here.
Don't
yeah.
worry.
I had it written down, but I had it like upside down. I was like, I can't see. But yeah,
Can you not read upside down?
not like. Like a 90-degree angle, like it's quite awkward, like inside the table.
Gotta get like a set of mirrors going.
Yeah, that's what I need, really.
You can see it's gonna be freezing back into Nightingale again.
Oh, it looks like he might not be able to get that though as the chains are on. In comes the damage, in comes the sigil, they're pulling him back, looking for the execute. The fear beyond death, not gonna be enough to come through quite yet as he's burning out. The ignite is ticking down. Nightingale makes it out with just a sliver of HP, and they do not find the kill. Yeah, getting a fair amount of damage down on this turret. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it on this wave as it dies out. But in comes a Blanc. Versatile has found him out, starting on a ward. Not paying too much attention. He throws out the paranoia, jumps in. The shields are coming through. The Grey Health is on the redemption. Look at the hill, multiple members up. And in comes Versatile. Down he goes as Teriyakio takes him down. Hefty takes a hefty chunk of damage as it's a double kill onto the LeBlanc. We're not done here yet though. Zolt is running away, getting pulled out. The fear beyond death suppresses and pulls him back. Zolt has slain him down, and Holt is the one to get him.
And Claymore's comp finally comes online. Yeah, they're gonna lose this tower for sure, and they might lose more.
Fear beyond death finds the kill. He pulls one back and won the free. He's looking for the double. He's looking for the triple. Charlie pops the spell shield. Not enough to keep him alive, but Patsy spits him out and he finds himself a kill in return. Nightingale can do nothing but get licked and thrown around as it's a double kill onto the Tarm Kench as the inhibitor falls. Clyde Claymores come up massive. 3 inhibitors down at 25 minutes, and it looks like this is going to be clean and simple by the Clyde Claymores. Taking one turret already. Now they're going to look for a couple of glory kills as Zolt is going to be taken away by Daisy, zoned off the objective. The Nexus is going to be the focus, and at 26 minutes, we see the Clyde Claymores take game 1. He's looking for one of the Versatile. Versatile leaps back, but Pulverize lands into 2.
Pulverize.
The call of the Forge God gobbles up 1. The Scatter of the Week comes through. Teriyakio does have that unleashed power, but he's in for a bit of trouble as he is going to look to go down. Cow is out, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Europe is low. He gets taken down by the Ord. Nightingale shuts him down, and it's a 2-for-1 in favor of the side of Hunters. But no, we are not done. Unstoppable Force. Hot dives in. That's going to be 1. Make it 2 as he's got himself a double kill. Killer Instinct by Charlie is able to answer out for more. He's got Zolt to work with, but they're still so low. Suppressing them in, gobbling them up. Zolt jumps back, flips him out with the Shuriken flip, and it's a shutdown to Patsy. Clyde turn it around the last minute. Zolt jumps in, gets himself a lot of damage. Europe goes golden, trying to stay alive for the moment. Can we see the turnaround? He's got the shield, the ignite comes through. That's 1, but a 4-man Scatter of the Week. Absolutely huge as a shutdown onto the Syndra. Charlie Superfan forced the shield up, and Versatile jumps in underneath the turret, gets suppressed, gets gobbled, gets killed as he's going. The GA will be popped here. Hefty is going to try and tank this turret to stay alive, and Patsy doing everything to make sure they can't chase for more. Nightingale misses out on the stun. Versatile is so low, but he's not going down yet. Patsy continues to be the most fed member on this team as they're jumping in. Their gobble comes through onto Syndra, tries to get the orb down. It's the full ace as Hunters use the last of the Baron to crack the base.
All ults available for both sides. The poke, though, heavily in favor.
Off jumps into the back line. Zolt jumps onto the back, trying to get himself a kill on Teriyakio. Goes golden along with Teriyakio. They flash out. In comes Zolt, gets himself the turnaround. Europe trying to get the damage through. Does find himself 1 in return. It's a 1-for-1 so far, but Ewan is low. He flashes out, stays alive. Versatile trying to get a kill onto the Sivir. Can't quite find it yet. He's going to force the res. He's coming alive, but Versatile still has his GA. Patsy's down. Europe falls down. And Hunters, they're looking to force this to go to game 3. Not looking for the side of the Clyde Claymores, but the Hunters, with a fantastic turnaround in this game, have pulled it back from a 7k deficit, as Hefty will be going down here to Ewan. He's trying to get himself the versatile GA pop, but the turrets are going to be the focus. Teriyakio's up in 3 seconds. Nexus could be the focus. GA gets popped. Charlie Superfan, he's getting his attack speed slowed. The orbs are coming through. The Nexus stays alive. Versatile can't do it. And oh my god! What the hell was that? Clyde Claymores stay alive. 700 HP on the Nexus. We are not done. Oh, they're running in on the hunt. They're trying to pull him back. That Impale goes through. And Charlie Superfan forced to go golden. Call of the Forge got there, but the Boomerang Blade's enough to find 1 kill already. As Teriyako gets one. They are melting through them. The Hunters are just bleeding out, are just falling down. 3 members fall, and Zolt is the only one who stands. Zolt tries to get himself onto Europe, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. A teleport is connecting through. The Twilight Shroud is there. Europe is low, gobbled up by Patsy. Hoff comes through. The autos are there. Zolt jumps back, and Europe takes him down. The ace is through. Clyde Claymores 2-0 over the Humber Hunters. It was close, but it wasn't pretty, but they're able to do so. The Nexus falls at 41 minutes. We will be bringing you our second game of the day, which will be the Bristol Smugglers taking on the Cardiff Saints. How are we feeling about this game?
I mean,
if it's anything like the last game.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining for sure. That's what last week delivered on, so I'm hoping this continues that form.
I don't have much of a voice left after the base race from the last game, so
yeah.
Whew. Unfortunate ultimate does not connect onto Wolf. That's going to be a knock-up. A 3-man taunt comes out from Somanex. A big turnaround. This could be the moment. They've already got 1 with the feast, though. It's 2 going down as Hinamori is on a killing spree. Idenium is trying to chase for more. Hinamori falls down as 1 Ewan gets himself 1, gets himself 2. But Brian Cox is here to teach you about space. As Idenium says, this is my space. As he jumps forward, it's a quadra kill for 1 Ewan as the red buff burns through. And the turnaround for the Cardiff Saints is here.
How did that even happen? So the fight options are still there.
Well, they're looking to chase in. In comes the teleport. Tidal Wave is going to land on the 1-2-3. Bubble into 2 members. Then chase it up for more. Fear Beyond Death flees in as Idenium has flashed in. The taunt comes down. The chain CC is just disgusting. A 4-man knockup from UC means diddly squat as Summonix gets himself a double kill. Now they've seen him. UC's popped that Righteous Glory just to get that movement speed, but in comes Jez. In comes the backup. Brian Cox. He just had something against Kentucky Fried as he takes him down for yet a 6th time. And now Identium's trying to chase on the corrosive charge. The Lantern back to safety. In comes the taunt from Somonix, but this time it's only under 1. Wolf with a double distortion forward. Great Ornament does connect onto 1 though, and in comes 1 Ewan. He's looking to cut through members as it's going to be a 2-for-1 already. Now Hinamori trying to pump that damage out with the crit from the KD says. It's just so big, and Saints peel away. Oh, Brian Cox! Heroic Engines is coming through, but the Lantern will bail him out. Adenton flips out 1, but in comes Wolf. Oh my god, he's just deleted Ewan! Adenton gets a 4-man fear off of the Fear Beyond Death, but Hinamori is slicing and dicing and jumping and cutting through members left, right and centre as Wolf with the chains onto Rukoi is still not done. They're chasing the play, comes out and Wolf is unstoppable! He's just scared. I would be scared of this as well, barreling towards you. 11k up, hook lands. You have no flash, but you do have a GA. But you're inside the box. The taunt is going to land onto 1, followed up by the knock-up, and the shutdown comes through. Hinamori's able to get it. They're looking for more at this point as Rookie is going to take a lot of damage from the Lucian. It's going to be a kill already for the side of Wolf. 2 members down. The turrets will be the focus. And at 37 minutes, Bristol Smugglers take down the Nexus and take down the Cardiff Saints. Well, we will be going through into game 2 between the Bristol Smugglers and the Cardiff Saints. This is a best of 3. It's not Dunzo, but the Cardiff Saints, you know, they have to come back from that. They need to mentally reset and get ready into game 2. Can they bring it back? Yeah, I mean, feels hard. It feels a little weird calling it at 10 minutes ago. And yeah, I think Smugglers have done this, but with a 4k gold lead at 10 minutes, 2 turrets to 0, and Identium looking to go down, but Kentucky Fried throws out the hook. It goes way too wide, but a 2-man play back delivers the kill as Kentucky Fried gets himself 1. In comes Sobonex, gets himself the root. This will be the shutdown to Hinamori, as it's going to be 1-1 Ewan. It might not be over quite yet then. Jumps back as he stands hands together. Flay comes through to both. Glacial Fisher to pin them in place. While Ewan gets himself 1 kill already. Spamming that mastery emotes for the moment, but a 2-man, make it 3-man knockup. Hinamori's channeling out the cutting. UC's low. UC flashes out. He gets ripped down as Ewan finds himself yet another kill. Now they're throwing one onto Hinamori. Kentucky Fried trying to come through. Hands the hook. Here comes Ewan once again. Gets himself a double kill. 3 kills over the ADC. And Saints find themselves everything. Wolf does need to be careful. Scatter the weak, lands onto 2, gets some damage down, unleash power. Oh, Wolf! One last caress comes out from Rookie, and he gets his way out, but Wolf ignited out and is very, very low, but he's still okay. The teleport's coming through behind, and they have been caught between a rock and a hard place, or an undead monster, and a big man with a mustache. Professor Brian Cox throwing down the damage, throwing out the hurt. The scatter the weak is here. Professor Brian Cox stays alive, and a hook lands onto him, but Kentucky Fried cannot get out. In comes the rise of the Realm Warp, and he's gifted into the Light Swinger. Down goes one. Hinamori gets himself a double kill, and Identium is running away. Brian Cox just clearing out the Scuttle Crab, joining the rest of the team. Scatter the weeks in, and Sobonix is just liquefied out. Hook lands out by Kentucky Fried onto a minion, not the target they need, as the second base turret is going to get cracked. Inhibitor getting started up here. 23 minutes on the clock, and it looks like the Smugglers are looking to close this out right here, right now. I don't think the wave clear is strong enough for the Saints to be able to hold fast here into the Baron. Hook lands onto Ches, and now Ewan needs to make some kind of a miracle happen, but the Red Smite is just so impactful. He's cut down and shut down. Down goes another one as they get themselves a pick onto Kentucky Fried. The turrets are going to be the focus, and at 23 minutes, the Bristol Smugglers are going to focus off the Nexus, take it down, but Brian Cox wants a couple of glory kills. He wants more. Down goes the Nexus, and the Smugglers 2-0 over the Saints. Bristol Smugglers looking very, very strong, and this is why they're a team who've consistently been in that top 4 spot here at the Arena Clash. So once again, coming back into this season looking very, very strong. But that will just about do it here for League of Legends. If you enjoyed this, make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place.
Now let's take a look at our very last set of tables for today, League of Legends. Now, Group 1, the Lionhearts, had a fantastic week. We saw an incredible performance from them, and so they are very deservedly sat at the top of the table. On to Group 2. We've got, again, new team, the Spartans, sat at the top of the table. They have done so well for a new team. We really weren't sure what we'd see from them, given that they didn't have any experience of Arena Clash, and yet they have come in just all guns blazing. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for the Vikings and the Kestrels, who are both sat at the bottom. Now in Group 3, the Smugglers are the team to watch. So they are sat at the top of the table with their 2 points, but Armada and Guardians really need to step it up because they are both yet to grab a single point. And finally, in Group 4, the Claymores. Again, another team who've had a great week, so they've got their 2 points sitting pretty. But Centurions and Enigmas, next week, we're going to need to see a little bit more from you. That is pretty much it for today's show, unfortunately. I have absolutely loved being live. It has been great seeing our arenas in the flesh actually being there, and I had 2 great casters here today to help me do the very first live episode. So a huge thank you to Blank and John Allen.
We'll go for Nando's after this, I think.
Yeah, chicken Nando's. I mean, I have heard the call for the Nando's at 4 AM one time. That is quite literally the call for the Nando's. You hear it in your mind, you're like, I must go to Nando's. So I know the feeling. But they will be here at some point. But we know that for sure.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
They will be. But for now, that's all from us. We will see you next week live from Glasgow. So if you live in Scotland, make sure to come down to the arena at 11 AM next Sunday, and you could be in the audience. I'll see you then.
Arena Clash, a grassroots esport tournament run up and down the UK. Teams from Belong Gaming arenas nationwide battle it out to become champions of 3 titles: Tekken 7, Overwatch, and League of Legends. Each week here on the Sunday Recap, we'll be catching up on all the week's action and major plays, meeting players from the teams and looking forward to the week ahead. This is where esports begins.